Okay, the next technique we're going to look at is, once we've established the front headlock, is having the ability to get behind my opponent. First of all, I'm going to talk about a few flaws in terms of hand positioning and the habits that a lot of grapplers tend to do. Second of all, the footwork and how they move around. But my job is to make sure that Mark doesn't have any mobility or the ability to run. Sometimes he will be really overzealous and waste a lot of energy to try and do that. But first of all, we're going to look at when, as almost a jiu-jitsu, judo style way of sitting still. So once I've established on pulling Mark down, the most important aspect is that I get what's called a chin strap. So if we just turn around here, Mark, for a second. In fact, and I'll show on my left side. You can see here, the shoulder goes over the top of the neck and the chin is cupped right in the very epicenter of the hand. You're not going to find yourself change into a guillotine scenario where it's making a fist. The key is that I keep this strapped in. So if I go back to the right hand side, it's about weight distribution. If I'm putting myself in a scenario where I'm not controlling Mark's neck that he's going to get guillotined, he can just grab my leg really easily. Then it becomes a case of trying to clear the single leg, and then I've got to go back again. So once I've chin strapped Mark here, my shoulder isn't in the middle of his shoulder blades. It goes right to the very start of where his neckline is, and I can control this and pull this up. But more than likely, Mark's not going to let me pull it up. He's going to bring his elbow back. So this is just a handle for myself. So if Mark tries to drive into me and grab hold of my leg, yeah, even if I let go of this chin, look at where my shoulder is, drive Mark. This can control him just because of this weight, as opposed to here, he can start doing sit-ups and looking to tap my legs. So as we stay on this side, the really most important factor is you see that people start to tie their hands together, so it'll look a lock like this, or even the wrong. You see straight away, Mark's habit straight away, he'll start hand fighting and controlling it. So if I go back to my right hand side so it works the chin strap, when I'm here, this left elbow will be controlling like this, and this will be here. Now I don't need to start tying my hands together. There are other options to do that, but if my objective is to get behind Mark, all I'm going to do is as I start to turn, I put my weight through Mark's elbow by turning his face this way. Mark will be able to tell you that as I circle and turn his head with my elbow all the way through this side, which means as Mark even tries to grab my leg with his right hand now, go try and grab my legs. This is what controls it. And for me, I feel there's something a little bit missing within bringing wrestling into a submission grappling aspect. A lot of the time you see it is that they'll tie their hands together and then they'll let go and jump round, and Mark's going to grab my waist with his right hand, and then it ends up being this, and before you know it, you end up being put here. So we'll just battle test this now. I'm going to grab Mark's chin and elbow, and he's going to look to try and stop me from getting round. Go, Mark. See here straight away, as long as I've bypassed Mark's elbow, I have the opportunity then to start looking at attacking and tilting my training partner and going for my attacks, as opposed to relying on being the faster of the two and hoping that when you hit a sprawl, Mark's going to catch my waist and I'll go this, and you see this happen all the time. Yeah, so instead of looking to tie the hands together and relying on attributes, what I'm not doing is I'm not taking Mark's ability away to travel. So if I'm just tying my hands together in a circle, Mark can circle too, and we have this. But if I can control this chin, circle Mark. This here, this is such a devastating technique in terms of controlling my opponent, because ultimately that's what grappling is. Mark's a very good player. The last thing I'm going to do is think that I can go 1, 2, 3 and have him submitted. My job is to slow him down and cook him from there. Okay, so one more time. As soon as whether you've defended a takedown and stuffed the head, straight away, put the shoulder in the back of the neck and cut this chin, and try and make him look at the audience on this side, which ultimately gives me an opportunity to start looking at going for different aspects of control.